very short of God's standard. Some wonderful people indeed, you are not able to meet or God's standard for men. It will shock us to know that someone like Lot, that was the nephew of Abraham, he was praised by God, so much of mercy was upon him. He wasn't going to be destroyed with the Sodomites. And by mighty hand, he was saved alone and his family. And God gave them an instruction to run away to a certain place so that the destruction of Sodom would not affect them. And they actually did. But there was an instruction that followed it. As you run, don't look back. But the wife of Lot looked back. Looking back made him to become pillar of salt. In Luke chapter 17, verse 32, Jesus Christ says, remember Lot's wife. This woman didn't have a name in the Bible today because it was a kind of falling short of the standard of being saved eternally. However, we know that this was of an era. The end came to Sodom, and the fragment of the people of Sodom that were in Sodom was saved, which was Lot and his family. But among those who were saved, one was able to meet the standard of that salvation. It became destroyed in some peculiar way, rather than being destroyed in Sodom. Now, we know in Numbers chapter 20 that Moses, as a mighty man of God, he was unable to meet all the standard of God requirement, because if you read that Numbers chapter 20 from verse 10 to verse 12, he was supposed to speak to the rock. He hit the rock the second time with the rod. You know, in Exodus chapter 17, that was the first time God told him to hit the rock, signifying just like being hit and die for only one time and one time for all. But we know that the Bible says that Jehovah is the rock. You don't want to go into all that. You know that already. But for him eating the rock the second time, he was trying to modify the work of Jesus Christ in the midst of men. So God said, because Moses didn't believe him, I don't understand that. If Moses didn't believe you, he would not have divided the sea, made the sea to turn back, and all those mighty signs and wonders, called down fire from heaven. All that signs and wonders following him every day. But God said, because you didn't believe me, you are not going to see the promised land. So it's very short of God's standard. Apart from Lot's wife, Moses, we know of many people in the Bible that one thing or the other happened that made them to fall short of God's standard. We know of Solomon. Solomon was the wisest man that ever lived before Jesus Christ, and the wealthiest that has ever been in this life. What the will somebody ask for? He has Holy Spirit, he has wealth, he has good foundation, his parentage, he was defined in David, and all that was going for him, but he still fell off God's standard. Why? Because at the later end of his life, he became a bad boy that had not just wives and concubines, a lot of altars of darkness here and there. So he fell short of God's standard.